Okay, good. Okay, so thank you so much for all of you for joining us today. In a minute, I'm going to present my lawyer, the one who is working here as a legal team, Sandra Pinia. And we are all here because most of us are brokers, some of us are clients who just want to know what would be the best way to do the due diligence when buying property here in Mexico. We all know that when we are investing, always there is a risk. And when clients are coming from somewhere that is out of Mexico, that can be United States, Canada, Europe, wherever, they don't know much, and there is a higher risk when investing out of their country. And also when investing in a pre-sale, and that's what we're gonna show today, investing in pre-sale, what will be the best way to cover all the angles from the legal side and make sure that this investment is clear. And once the lawyer is giving the green light to move forward, then we can sign contract and do all the rest. Obviously, the payment, that will be the last thing that we want our client to do once everything is clear. But that's what Sandra Pinia is going to do today. Before I'm going to introduce Sandra Pinia, I want to introduce myself and the company that I represent. So most of you know me. Most of you also I've met personally. And some of you I've been texting back and forth for a long time, and we didn't have a chance to meet personally. So nice to meet you. My name is Hagar, and I'm working in Cielo Maya Properties. We are a master broker. When I'm saying master broker, it means that we have the exclusivity to promote projects in pre-sale. Most of our projects are here in Playa del Carmen, and we have also projects in Tulum. We have also another office in Tulum and showroom of a beautiful project in Tulum. We have also one project, huge project in Miami. If one of those who are interested in Miami also, we have a beautiful project there that starts in $1.8 million all the way to almost $5 million on the water in Miami. And we have also another very new project that we are now promoting in Puerto Morelos, that these are residential lots in Puerto Morelos. So we do know that Puerto Morelos is a very flourishing area. So for those who are interested, you can just text me directly to know more and learn more about Puerto Morelos residential lots, starting around 35 or 40,000 US dollars, 725 thousand pesos. Okay, so this is myself, and this is Cielo Maya Properties. I'm a project manager, and I'm also a team leader here in Cielo Maya Properties. But today we are going to talk about the due diligence with Sandra Pinia, and she's going to help us to cover all the angles. And let's say that I have a client who is putting an offer, is putting a letter of intent of one unit in this project that I'm going to share today, that is Be Savage. Be Savage is one of our projects that actually is already under construction, and is one of the projects that we know that complete with everything that lawyers would like to see. Okay, and this is how we're going to take step by step with Sandra. It's going to show you and me and us why and how this project that called Be Savage is ready to move forward with the payment. Be Savage is a small project, only 22 units, located here in Playa del Carmen, only 3 blocks away from the beach. And it's offer 1-bedroom units of 40 square meters, around 460 square feet. And great prices starting in around $110,000. So it's a beautiful project. It's very located very well, prices are super affordable, everything seems so good, but now we just want to see the legal side and just want to make sure that our legal team giving us the luz verde, the green light to move forward. So from now on, Sandra Pinia, if you can open your microphone, I'm going to put mine in mute. And from now on, this is your show. Guys, at the point, if you like to ask questions, please do. I think as much questions as you ask, it's going to help all of us to learn more and to be more involved, because all of us here are in this project, in this process as brokers, and every day we can and we want to learn more. So please open your mic if you have some questions. It's going to help us all. And Sandra, the show is yours.
Thanks, Hagar. Nice to meet you. It's a pleasure to see you, to meet you. So in this case, it's very important to begin with the beginning of all the process. Yes, as Hagar told, we are going to play with this example. You have a client to like this project, and what's the way that you can give to them, to he or to she or them, all the security that is a legal project to buy. That's the most important thing that you have to know, you have to review, yes, to give that security to your clients. So do you know what's the due diligence? Somebody know what's the due diligence or have an idea? Nobody? Okay, that's correct. The due diligence is the research of all the legal papers from the project. Yes? What we do like a lawyer, we review all the history, all the papers of all the license and all the permits that this and specific project get from the municipality, from the state, from the different authorities to give life to the project. Yes? All this information have to be in the contract. That's the reason that it's very important to have all this information in paper, and also to review all the specific legal information that the developer had to give us. So the reason that it's very important that you always ask from the realtor or from the developer, you need the legal file. With that legal file, you can begin the research of all this paper. Or with this legal file, you can share with us, with your lawyer, and the lawyer can begin with this specific issue to review and to be clear about all the legal documentation. Yes? So in this case, we are going to begin to show you the most important papers that you have to review in this process. Let me put that in. No. Okay. Do you see? Perfect. Perfect. So the most important thing is to review that the seller is the owner of the land in which we are going to build the project. Yes? So in this specific project, we have here the by law Yes, this is the constitution of the company to have the property, the land. Yes, so we're going to, what is the most important thing that we have to review? Let me open this, sorry. Okay, in this case, we have like Christian and Aldo, yes, create this company, yes? So in this case, the company is Salvaje Desarrollos Inmobiliarios. It's in Spanish. But we, in this paper, we can review that the owner create, or the partners create this company, and this company have to appear in the deed that we are going to review, that is the owner of the land. Yes? Let me show you. Can you see this other deed? Okay. So in this deed, William is the seller and Salvaje Desarrollos Inmobiliarios is the buyer. This is a contract and the deed that they get the property of the land. What is this property? In this property are described here. Calle 6, Norte Bis, Lote O12. This is the description of the land where Salvaje is going to build the project. Yes. What other thing that we have to review? In this moment, we know that the company have the property of the land. Yes. What other thing we have to review? We have to review also that we have the signature of the notary, that also is Saba Desarrollo Inmobiliario, who have all the title of this property. Yes. What is the other paper that we need to review? This is very important. This is the, do you know what this is? What paper is this? Maybe for Mexican, you can
La
see and
cédula
you can tell
catastral.
me.
La cédula
Is
catastral.
the cédula catastral. This cédula catastral, yes, describes the property that we are buying, or the property that the company is the owner of this. Do you remember what's the number of the lot? Can you see it? Is Lote O12. Yes. So we have to review all these details when you have this legal file, because you can review that all the papers is from the same lot, because sometimes the big developer have different lot, different projects, and in some cases share different papers. But it's very important that you, like a real estate agent, review all these details. Yes. Also, we have here the description of the lot, and here we have the description in this part, notary public number 6, and the public deed of buying the land. This number is the same number that we have in the deed that I showed you. So all the papers are correct. We can find all this that is correct. May I explain until here? Yes, do you have some questions until here? Or we can review another papers? Some questions?
Yes.
Yes,
Nothing?
I have a question.
Yes.
My name is Remigio Barran. I'm from Playa del Carmen. And my question
Hello.
is, hello, Sandra. What about the registro público de la propiedad? Everything has to be also under its registration, right?
Okay, that's a very important issue. What happened here in Quintana Roo? If we don't have that paper to prove that the deed is recorded in the public register, the owner, or in this case, the buyer, is not the owner of the property. The record in the public register is the only paper to prove us that the land or the house is the property of the seller. May I explain? So in this case, it's very important that you, in the moment that you have this deed to prove that the seller is the owner of the land, you also have to review that, have this paper. What happened? In sometimes the developer begins with all the promotion of the developer, yes? But in this case, maybe they signed a deed 2 months ago. We have to wait until the public register give that paper to prove that they are the owner. But that don't mean that we can buy the property or our client can buy the property. The only thing is we have to review in some months, yes, that they have this paper. What is saying that in some months? Because unfortunately, here in Quintana Roo, the public register take around 6 to 8 months to give us that paper, yes? So we have to wait until the public register make the work and give that paper, yes? But is that a point that we have to ask to the developer or to the seller that is necessary to give us? May I explain? Okay. Somebody want another question?
Yes, I have another questions. I have sometimes clients who already purchased somewhere else in Mexico, maybe in Oaxaca, maybe in Mexico City, and they say, that's okay, I already have my lawyer in Oaxaca or in other parts of Mexico. Can they do this from there?
Okay. Quintana Roo is a very specific and special part of the Republic. All the process here in Quintana Roo are very different, like another part of Mexico or another part of the world, yes? I recommend if you have a client and they want to hire a lawyer, please recommend to hire a local lawyer. Why? Because they know all the process that these legal papers have to be, all the process to get the legal information, all the process to get the certificates of not debt of the properties, because in all the other part of Mexico are very different. We can share to them this legal information, but not always is so easy to understand. Yes. Another person, I think, that have a question. I don't know. It's okay?
I have another question. Sorry.
Yes.
So all this information has to be given to the buyer. So the seller has the obligation to provide with all these papers, no matter
Yes.
how.
Yes.
So if for any reason a seller and a specific developer, and I'm not talking about this one in particular, but refuses to give the total of documents, what can I do as a buyer?
Okay. What we can do? In this case, we can put in the contract that until, for example, in the moment that we receive this paper, for example, the proof that this that did record in the public register, we are going to make the next payment. For example, or in the moment that you give me the construction license, we are going to put the other part of the money. It depends the paper that is missing. May I explain? For example, I want to show you this paper. Okay, can you see it? Is the construction permit to give to the developer, yes, all the rights to begin the process to build the project. What happened before the developer get this paper? They have to give to the municipality a lot of papers that the municipality have to review. They have to pay cédula catastral, the tax property. They have to pay the environmental permit. All that papers they have to show to the municipality to get this license of construction. So in this case, if the developer don't give all the complete file from all the process that they have to do with the municipality or with the state or something like that, but they have this paper, they prove that they have all the other papers. And in this case, if you see, we have here a QR. You can put your telephone and you are going to find the information about the developer. Yes, so we can also review that this license is real. What I sell is real because another projects maybe change this information, but they can change the QR. So we have to review very carefully of these details. For example, here, do you remember? Let me put here. Do you remember the number, the address? Calle 6. Yes, is the same number of cédula catastral, is the same direction, is the same Salvaje Desarrollos Inmobiliarios, the same name of the developer, is the same address, the same city. May I explain? So we can confirm with all this paper that is a real information that they give us. May I explain? Yes? Okay. So in this case, until here, do you have some questions? This is also a cell catastrophe. Okay. In this case, for example, let me close this. Here. Okay. What happened? What are we doing to give you the complete information of this research, legal research that we do from the project? Our firm, yes, give you a paper with all this information. What is the information that we have? If the tax property is paid, if the cédula catastral is correct, if we have that deed, if the person to sign is the owner, all this information and all this big research that we have to do with the information that developer give to us are going to be in a paper. That's the most important thing. You can show to your clients, okay, we have these 10 documents. We need to ask to the developer these other 2 or 3 documents to complete the legal file. Yes. For example, in this carpet is missing the regimen of condominium. Why is the regimen of condominium? Is the paper to give life to the unit that our client is buying. Why we don't have here? Because the municipality only permit that the developer begin the process to have the regimen of condominium when the project is finished around the 80% of construction. Until the project is the 80% of construction, they can begin with the process of the regimen condominium. That's the reason that the developers in the contract maybe put two different dates. One, the delivery of the unit when the unit is finished, and the other is when they can sign the deed because they have the regimen of condominium. Another thing, and it's very important that you have in mind, the research that we do with the legal papers is with the legal papers that they give us in this moment. Yes, we can prepare the document to prove that we have this different paper and this different paper is missing from today. If the developer maybe in 2, 3, 6 months asks for a loan, we don't know that. Yes, but if we ask every 6 months, for example, if it's a preventa, yes, we can ask to the developer to give more information that they have in their legal carpet. So in the moment that they give that information, we can actualize that document to say, oh, we have a loan, or we have a trust that is going to have the property and the trust is going to sign the deed from you. May I explain? So it's very important to have a good contact, a good relation with the developer, yes, or in this case with the master broker, to give us that information. We don't want surprise in the moment that we have to sign or to prepare all the closing issue to our clients. So it's better to have this information in the moment that the developer have it. May I explain? Yes, okay. Do you have some questions on for here?
Yes. I'm sorry, I have another
Please.
question.
Yes, of course, please.
Well, of course, there are many things to consider, many papers to review. So there are two key players in this process in order to give our clients the security that they are doing good. One is the developer itself, and the other one is the local lawyer, right? So the idea, the recommendation is to hire a local lawyer to review all this documentation in the hands or working together with the master broker. And that's one part of my question. The other one is, how much do you consider that is going to be the average fee if you hire a local lawyer to help you to do this?
Okay.
I'm talking as a
Yes,
buyer.
we have to be in contact. Yes, the developer and the broker and the master broker have to be in touch. Yes, it's not that we are going to be friends, but we need a good relation to share all this information, to inform us that they make another deed or they ask from a loan. I recommend, if, for example, it's a pre-sale, yes, so we have to review maybe every 6 months, yes, the papers. Now, what's the average to hire a lawyer? We have a lot of firms here in Riviera Maya, yes? All that firms can different average about the fees. For example, our firm is the fee from make a due diligence and review the contract that your client are going to sign is $500. Yes. Okay. If your client, for example, we offer to you that have 1, 2, or 3 Zooms or meets with your client to explain all the process, that what's the way that you are going to buy here in Mexico. If it's a foreigner people, okay, you have to buy with a trust. What is a trust? We make the due diligence, etc., etc. Yes. In the moment that they want to hire us with a complete service or from the complete process, our fees is 1,500. But that is our fees. Yes, you can review with another firm. Maybe the fee is more, maybe it's less. We don't know. Yes, but from review the contract and from make the due diligence is 500. Yes. I can hear you. Sorry. I can hear you. You're in
I'm
mute.
sorry that I'm asking too many questions, but the thing is to learn, right? Let me ask you something else. Due diligence considers only legal aspects or also financial and pro
Okay.
forma
Yes, of course.
information or whatever?
We review, for example, the by law of the company. We review the power of attorney of the legal representative. We review the tax property with the municipality. We review that they have the tax ID and the cédula fiscal from the company. Yes, all the information about taxes from the company. In the moment, for example, that you hire us, we are going to give you the list of the paper that we need from the developer to review. Yes, and also that information we use from all the process to closing. Since the beginning, we review with that information the contract, make the due diligence, and also it's the same information that we use in the moment that we close and prepare the deed. Yes, so yes, we have to review all the information about the seller, but not all the developers give us the tax information or the financial information. It's a private. Yes, but that's the reason that we don't know if maybe 6, 8, or a year or a year and a half, the developer had enough resources to finish the project. That is very important to go to the experts, for example, master brokers, because the master brokers, they ask from all this information. They also have all this, the legal, the financial, and they knew the owners of the company. So it's easy to have that information and the proof that they are going to finish the project. That is the most important thing. Okay, my client is paying by month or every 6 months the price of the unit, and in the end we don't have unit because they don't have money to finish. So with Cielo Maya, we are preparing a deed from the different developers that they also sell. No, so we are confirming that all the papers are correct. The developer are a good person, good company. They don't have any fake news or bad news or something like that. We have to be very careful with that. Also, you know that from the laundry law here in Mexico, in the moment that the clients begin all the process, we also make a research, yes, to tell you, okay, your buyer, your buyer is have a fake news, or he's in the jail 10 years ago, only review, yes, or they have a notice that they have problems with drugs, something like that, yes, and you decide if you continue with this business or not, yes, but that information is different from the legal research that we do. Also, we protect you and we protect the client to be very clear, and all the business have to be legal. May I explain?
Yes. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Yes, Shane.
I have a question, and that might not just be for you, but for Agar's point of view as well. What is the big problem of the developers giving us all the documents from the due diligence before we even start, you know, the even before we have an offer? You know, I have some developers that will provide this in the Google Drive as soon as they launch a project, but most of them have a really bad problem with sharing this information. And I was wondering, what's your opinions on the matter from a legal point of view and a master broker type point of view?
I answered that question. In the contract, they establish that is a company, the constitution of the company is with this notary, with this deed. Yes, and they buy the property with this deed. If they don't want to give up that information, that is the most important information, we go to the public register and we make the research. But only that information that we have or that we can review in the public office. May I explain? Also, we can go and to get the number of the cédula catastral to review if the tax of property is paid. Yes, if they don't have any debt with the municipality from the services, yes, predial, water, something like that. So we can also make that research if they don't give the complete information. Yes, Hagar, please.
Mhm. I will answer this from the point of view as a broker who represent my direct clients, and also from the point of view of a master broker. When I address brokers as a master broker, for me, being transparent is number one. I don't want to hide anything, because for me that will be a red flag. When I start to work with new brokers, first thing that I want to create is a trust, and I'm open and I can share everything, all the information. As Sandra said, this information, the deed, the tax ID, the contract, the cédula catastral, all this is a public information. So there is no problem for me just to go to the catastro or to any other notary and look at the files and find them. But if the broker or the master broker or the developer are being hard on this and they don't share the information, that will be for me a red flag. I don't really understand why, because it's a public information. In the end, I can discover this. So this is not in my school. Here in Cielo Maya, we have for each project, we have this information. But for your question, when we share the drive for the project, that includes the price list, the renders, the location, the layouts, I'm not going to share with everybody the carpeta legal, the legal folder that includes very private information about the developer, because the developer is a company, but behind this company there is a person with his number, the ID's number, with his birth date, with everything, with his passport or his ID. So this is a private information to share with everybody. But if you're a broker and right now you are dealing with a client who is interested in this property, I will do my best to help you and your client to feel more comfortable and to have all the information that you need to help your client understand that this is a good deal that is going through, and you can give the okay from your side. I hope that that's answered your question.
Yeah, no, it does. It's just very, because the big problem that we have is that if, let's say, if we compare with Canada, we just go into the public registry and we have all that information regardless. You can't even hide it. In Mexico, we have to literally go physically. So that's something, like, if a lot of the clients, if they have the information, but like, I can't even take you as an example, Agar, because you're so transparent. You're like a unicorn. It's just very rare. So a lot of our clients, it's going to be the first type of hurdle that they're going to be like, okay, but why can't we just have, like, why do we have to put in the offer to get the legal papers? Why are, like, you know, it's just another layer of hurdles. And even if it's not a red flag all the time, some clients will see it as a red flag, you know. But thank you for clarifying this.
Anyone else with a question? Or we can move
Another
forward?
question?
No, I don't see. So we can move forward with the due diligence and go all another document that you want to share?
Yes. Sí, Fernando. Yes, Fernando. Sorry.
So you can go to public register in here in Mexico too, like to ask for all this information or no?
Mexico City?
No, well, here in, I don't know, Tulum, Rivera Maya.
Yes, of course. If you have, you can make the research in the public register with the name of the owner, the direction, the address of the property, with the number of the folio real. The name is folio real. Yes, you can review that information with that three details. You can go to the computers and you can review that information. Only information is from the property. You have to keep that in mind. The public registry, in this case, you can get information of the property. The other thing is from the companies, you have to make the research in the same public registry, but in the section of commerce. Yes, there are different, but yes, you can go and you, in the most of the time, you can take photographs. Yes, because it's the complete deed in that office.
Okay, thank you. So it's in a web page? Like in a web page?
The number?
No, yes. Where do you put it? Like in a web page or you go directly to public register?
Okay. Sorry, your voice is different. I can hear. Can you repeat, please?
So I put this number on a website, or I
No,
go
no, no.
to,
You have
oh,
to go to the public register, and in the computers that they have is a
okay.
private system of the public register. You put the information, and they are going to open to you all the information that have from that property, from that specific owner. Yes, so you can review all that. Also, for example, they put all this in PDF in the file, and you can review tax property. You also can find the ISABI, that is the tax of acquisition, all the for example, the pre-sale, all the information about that specific buying of the property, for example, you can find all that information. Not always is so clear to get a photo, but the principal information you can find there.
And is there a fee for that?
No, you can go and it's free. The only thing is that you have to review all the paper to find the specific information that you have, but you can do it. Yes, of course, with any problem.
And the persons that are in there, do they help you or you go like?
Yes, no, yes, they can help you. You can go and say, I want to find the information about this folio real 11, 12, 13 is always a big number. Yes, and you put, and they going to give you all the information. It's a different windows that you have to review with different information. Is first, you are going to find the notary, the parts, the owner, the seller, the buyer, the information of the property. In the next window, you can find the price of the unit that they pay in that moment. For example, if it's a trust, you can find the principal beneficiary or the substitute beneficiary. You also can find if it's what bank is the bank trust, Bajío or Banorte, whatever bank. So it's really important. If you can go, you can make that research to know what is the information. But the best is hire me and I do all the work from you. Also, I'm going to put here in the chat of the group my personal telephone. If you want to resolve any doubt, you can call me, you can make a message, and we are going to talk about it. Yes,
Thank you. Thank you, Sandra.
it's a pleasure. So let me continue with this. This is the very important thing that I want to show you. Give me a second. I don't know where it's. Here's. Okay, is this? We are continue with this. Can you see? Okay, yes. This is the deed from the buying of the property. What is the most important parts of the deed that you have to review or that we review is the number of the deed. Yes, in this part. Yes. I don't know if you can, here is. Then the notary is Gilberto González Anguiano, is the notary. William, the seller, Salvaje Desarrollos, the buyer. Yes. In the declaration part, the notary established that the seller give to the notary or present to the notary all the certificates of not debt of the property, tax property, water, cédula catastral, all the things here appear. So if you need to know what papers the seller present to the notary, you can find in this part that is the declarations. Yes. If you can, okay, from Mexican, we can see here in the letter C that the property is free of liens. In the letter D, that is the tax property is paid. Yes. Also, here in the letter G appears the number of the cédula catastral. This number is the number can you identify the property in the municipality from pay taxes or from those whatever you want to do is with that number. The number is in the letter G and is begin with 8. Also, the cédula catastral give us the catastral value is the value that the municipality gives to the property. It's very different from the commercial value or the value from our business. It's very different. Yes, this is the value that the municipality give to the property. Then we continue with the declaration of the buyers. That is very simple. They want to buy the property and they are going to pay the price of the unit. Then here is the clause, the most important part of the deed. Yes, in this case, we know that the price of this property is 1,007,000 pesos. Yes, and they establish here the different payments that they have to do to complete the payments. Is 1, 2, 3, 5, 4 payments. Yes, to complete the total price of the unit. So in the moment that you receive this legal carpet, you can find all this information in this part of the deed. Yes. And then in the final part of the deed, we can find the tax clause. What means that? All the taxes that the both parts have to pay are going to describe in this part. Yes. So you can prove if they pay capitals gain, or if they pay the acquisition tax, or if they have some IVA because they buy construction or commercial issue. Yes, so you can have more information about the property of the seller. Yes, and you can prepare all the tax strategy with this information. We can also help you to give that strategy if you have a seller client to find the best tax strategy to pay taxes, but to pay the less taxes that we can find to them. And finally, in this case, we have that the buyer is a company, do you remember? Salvaje Desarrollos Inmobiliarios. And in this case, yes, Andrea Sarai Solorzano Hernandez is the legal representative of the company. So the notary put here the power of the attorney that they present to the notary to prove that they have that she have all the faculties to sign this deed. Yes. And finally, we have here all the general information about our client, for example, the buyer, the seller, and if we are going to make this with a trust, for example, they also appear all the information about the bank trust. Yes. So until here, you have some questions about the information that you have to review in the deed? No?
Sandra, I have a question of
Yes.
a client that I just had because he's selling his property in Tulum, and he asked me to help him sell this. So obviously, before starting to promote it, I had to do my due diligence, just make sure that everything is okay. And I found that the square meter was different between the deed, the cédula catastral, and the predial, the property tax. Is that common? What should I do in this case? And what will be the right or the real square meter? Where should I see this?
Okay. The legal information or the real information is the information that appear in the deed. The deed is the base from the municipality to put that information in the cédula catastral and in the bill from tax property. Yes. But for example, if the difference is 2 meters, okay, was a mistake. If the difference is from a lot of superficie, okay, what is the best way to prove that we have the correct land? We have to do a process in the municipality to review and correct that information. Yes, it's easy, but take time and have a cost. Yes, because the person of the municipality have to go to the property to prove what is the difference, the supervise and all the things, and they are going to give us official information about the land. That information have to go to the notary to give us the another deed to prove that that is the real information. Yes. So is the best way to prove that the superficie of the land is correct? Yes, but take time and also have a cost. Yes. But from the developers to have the license of construction, they have to prepare all that information because they have to prove that the superficie of the project is right in the deed, is the same in the catastral, cédula catastral, and also in the tax property. If the developer have that problem, they have to prepare this. The name is Certificado de Medidas y Colindancias to prove that all that information are correct. And they have to present this paper to get the license of construction. It's another point in the list that they have to present to the municipality. May I explain?
What is the name of this certificado de qué?
certificado de medidas y colindancias. To get that paper, you have to present the plan of the description of the deed, yes? And also they are going to give you the final plan with the correction of the supervise, yes? So in the moment that your client, like is a person of the developer, have to do something with that property, they have to show both deeds, yes? The original and the correction of the supervise.
And what is the name of the office where we can get this certification?
Dirección de catastro. Catastro is the most important office in the municipality because they give us the cédula catastral, they give us the proof of property, for example, from Ejidal, see? Also from make this change of supervise to change the name of the new owner. For example, if the developer sell the property, the tax property always appear the name of the developer. So in the moment that we sign the deed about our client, we have to go to the municipality to make this change. And it's also in the catastral office. Yes. Okay. Do you have some questions here? No? Okay. What happened with, it's very important that you know, or you know what happened, or what is the period of time that the license of construction have?
1 year, no? It's 1 year?
Here, yes. 1 year is the license of construction. And what happened if the developer don't finish the project in that year? They have to ask for a new one, but only from the meters that they don't complete. Yes, and the paid is different. So we for example, let me show this. This one. Yes, in this case, here we have, let me found it. Give me a minute, please. Okay, here, this license is from May 2024, from May 2025. Yes, and for example, in the you always have to review that these dates is correct. Why? Because if they give us a license of construction of May 2022 to May 2023, that not works for us. May I explain? Maybe they don't pay the new one. Maybe they lost the new one. I don't know, but it's very important to review that information. In this case, for example, is modification. Do you see modification or ampliation of the property? Yes. So in this case, they ask for a new license because maybe they put, I don't know, another rooftop or another swimming pool, something like that, and they have to modify all the project. To do that, they have to present to the municipality all the new plans, and the municipality have to authorize that modification. It's not easy to say, I want to put another 3 floors and to put 5 pools and something like that, because they have to be authorized. Yes? Yes, Shane.
So technically, if I understand properly, a good lawyer would have to redo the due diligence on the permits on this one, the 28th of May 2024, and you would have to basically reissue the report to the clients that yes, their their license was indeed extended, and so basically you'd have to redo the due diligence like 2 3 times if the project is due in like 3 years.
Okay, but in this case, for example, Shane, if they begin the process of the regimen condominium is because they also have all the permits from construction and they ask from the termination of construction. So if we have the regimen on condominium with a deed and is recorded in the public register, they also have to have all this information. So maybe don't give that information each one, yes? But if we have the final paper that is the most important to give life to the units from the developer, yes, is the regimen condominium. If they have the regimen condominium, you can be sure that they have all this permit, yes?
But during a pre-sale that we know they don't have the condo regime, that means that you're gonna have to do the due diligence more than just once during the process.
Yes, and we also can establish in the contract, please, in the moment that you have actualize the legal file, or maybe 6 months after we sign the contract, please give me the next, the next permit of the construction. Of we know, for example, in this case, that the May 2025 is the last day to this license, we can ask to the developer, can you show me the payment from the new license? Yes, but if we have all this information, we can ask to the developer the information that we need to prove that this is legally and is right. Yes?
Yep, thank you.
Okay. Perfect. Do you have another question? No? Okay. Do you want that we review a specific document? For example, in this case, Lac Savage have all these papers that I show you. The paper are correct, are legally, and is real and is actual. So in this case, all the information that we have are correct. Yes. But I don't know, maybe you have another experience with another document or another developer. If you want to review another paper, please let me know and I can find in my files if we have something and we can review it. No? Do you have another question? No? Okay, perfect. So the last document that we are going to review is this one. Okay, what's this one? This is the legal description of all the project. Yes, we have here wood, the bathroom. All this information have to be in our contract. Yes, and also we have to review that is correct in the end of the delivery of the unit. In sometimes they change, and if they change, they have to give us the information that is changing according to the project. Yes, some projects have it done, some projects don't have it because they think that is not important thing. So it's better to request all the legal information and all the information about the project. I repeat, if you want, I can share to you the list of all the legal papers that the developer, since the beginning to the end of the project, have to show us or have to be done to make the deed of our clients. Yes? We can hear you. Sorry.
Yes, I think that's a very good idea because that list
Yes.
is going to help
Yes.
us a lot. So you're going to send it to us by who? Who's going to give? give us this list. Did you hear me?
I think that Sandra is somehow left the building, but
Okay.
that will be the developer. Now she's joined again, but that will
So
be the developer.
Sorry, I'm here.
Yeah. So we had a question: who needs to give this? Who needs
list.
to give this list of equipment and materials?
Okay, the developer have to give us that information in some part
No,
of the process. They have to give us. Okay, but
no.
it's very
Well,
yes.
sorry. I was asking about the list of requirements, the list of documents that we need to get as brokers in order to ask our clients to present, or what is the list of documents that is important to get
Yes, of
to
course.
be in the right track.
Yes, of course. If you want, you can send me a WhatsApp and I can send to you the complete list. But it's the deed, the tax property, the information about the legal representative, all the information about the different lines, the license and permit for construction, for environmental, from the use of the land. That is very important. Yes,
Exactly.
so we can give you all that information. Maybe they have, maybe they are in the process to get it, but it's important that you have this list to make a checklist to, okay, we have it, or we don't have it, and to ask to them what's the day that we are going to get that information.
Can you please be so kind to give us your telephone number
Yes, I put in the chat
in the
of
chat?
this. Yes.
I don't see it, but anyway, I'm going to try to find out.
Is there? Do you see it?
Okay, okay. This 411.
984
Yes,
1110758.
58. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
And also, if you want, I can give you my email.
Okay.
Okay, there you have. So in the moment that you need some advice or this list, or if you want that we review the information, it's going to be a pleasure to help you. Don't worry. And also the most important thing, that if you want that we have a Zoom with your clients to explain the process to buy here in Mexico with a trust or with a company, or with an American or Canadian trust or American Canadian company, please call me. We can make this Zoom or Meet. So it's not, they don't have any cost. Remember, we can
Okay.
have one or two, whatever, and they don't have any cost.
Well, thank you very much. You're very kind. Congratulations. I have to go. So good.
Meet.
Good to see you. Bye bye.
Perfect. See you.
See you.
Perfect. So do you have another question? No? That's clear? Okay, Hagar, but we reviewed the most important papers of this legal carpet of Black Sabbath, so we can conclude with the meeting. Yes, and you have another paper to review, to make a research, whatever you need, please call me, and it's going to be a pleasure. Thanks, Hagar. Thanks to everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Just to remind you all, when you review a project that is in pre-sale and it's missing, probably if it's a very, very early pre-sale and it's missing the permits, the construction permits, you should expect the prices to be very, very low for a reason. As any investment, we know that when the risk is very high, the price is very low. And the contrary, when the risk is low in this project, for example, P Savage has everything, so the prices might go up and up and up because the risk is getting lower and the price is going up. Okay, so just remember this connection between the price and the risk or the legal status of the project when we're talking about pre-sale. For those of you who speak Spanish, for next week, we're going to do exactly the same Zoom meeting, but in Spanish. Okay, so Sandra can, she will feel much more fluid in Spanish. And for those of you who speak Spanish, next week it's going to be exactly the same, but in Spanish. Thank you so much, guys. It was a pleasure. You can come and visit me here in Mexico for those of you that haven't visited me here in Mexico. And for those of you who are in Mexico, in Playa del Carmen, come visit me in my office. Thank you so much. Have a lovely Dia de los Muertos and Halloween. Thank you so much.
Sandra, thank
Thank
you for your
you.
time.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.